Hey there, let's jump right into a question that well, it might just change how you see everything. What if the reality you experience every single day isn't the real reality? What if it's not the whole truth, but something else completely?
Really let that sink in for a second. Everything you see, everything you hear, everything you feel. What if it's just a tiny, tiny piece of what's actually out there? And look, this isn't some sci-fi movie plot. This is actually the starting point for understanding how our own minds work.
All right, so to really get our heads around this, we've got to start thinking about our brains a little differently. It's not just a computer processing information. No, it's more like a super powerful and really, really selective filter.
Okay, get ready for this number because it's wild. Every single second, right now, as you're listening to me, your senses are getting hit with about 11 million bits of information. Yeah, 11 times million. That's the light from your screen, the low hum from your speakers, the feeling of your feet on the floor, all of it, all at once.
But here's the kicker. Out of all of that massive flood of data, how much do you think your conscious mind actually processes? Just 40 bits a second. 40. The difference is it's almost impossible to comprehend. That's like trying to experience the whole ocean by just looking at one single drop of water. It's insane.
So that brings up the big question, right? If all that info is coming in, but we're only paying attention to this tiny little sliver, what happens to the other 99.9%? Where does it all go?
Well, here's the thing. Your brain hides it on purpose. This whole filtering thing, it isn't a bug. It's a feature. It's a survival mechanism, plain and simple. Your brain is actively protecting you, hiding all that extra noise so you don't get completely overwhelmed. Seriously, without this filter, you wouldn't even be able to function. Okay, so how in the world does this all work? Well, let's talk about the brain's personal gatekeeper. There's literally a part of your brain that's like a bouncer at a club, deciding what gets into your conscious mind and what gets left outside. It's called the reticular activating system, or just RAS for short. Think of it as this little network of neurons deep down in your brainstem, and its whole job, its entire purpose, is to be that gatekeeper, sifting through that insane flood of information second by second.
So what does it do? Pretty simple, really. It decides what you see, what you hear, and maybe most importantly, what you just flat out ignore. It's the reason you can focus on a conversation in a loud restaurant or tune out traffic noise when you're working. It's constantly working for you.
But what if that system breaks? This whole thing is amazing, but it's not perfect. So let's talk about that. What happens when the filter glitches, when that bouncer just stops doing its job? Just try to picture it. The floodgates just burst open. All 11 million bits of information come rushing into your head all at once, with absolutely nothing there to sort it out. Chaos. Suddenly, every sound would be deafening. That quiet hum from your computer, it would sound like a freight train. The sound of someone talking down the hall, it'd be like they were screaming right in your ear. Every little movement would become a massive distraction. A flicker of light, someone walking past, even the dust floating in a sunbeam. Your attention would be pulled in a million different directions at once. You couldn't focus on anything. Basically, everything would just become overwhelming. A total sensory breakdown. The world would turn into this chaotic, unbearable storm of just raw information. And this isn't just some what-if scenario. This kind of glitch in perception is very real. Scientists have actually studied what happens when this filtering process gets messed with. We see it in certain conditions like autism or schizophrenia, and it's also a key part of experiences with psychedelic drugs. In these cases, research shows that the brain's filtering system, that gatekeeper, gets a lot weaker. It just can't hold back the sensory flood like it normally does. And when that filter starts to glitch, some really strange things can happen. The senses can actually get their wires crossed. It's a thing called synesthesia. People might literally start to hear colors or see sounds. It's like reality itself starts to bend and warp. So let's pull all of this together. Let's talk about your edited universe. Because the big takeaway here is, what does this all mean for you? For the reality you're experiencing right this very second? Here it is. The world you see, the world you experience, it's not the truth. Not the whole truth anyway.
It's your brain's edited version, a custom-built reality constructed just for you.
Think about it like this. Your reality is a curated experience. It's the highlight reel, the best of album of the universe, handpicked by your brain's filter. You're not getting the full, unabridged story, not even close. And that has to leave you wondering, right? If you only ever see this tiny fraction, what's in the rest of the story? What makes up that other 99.9%? I mean, what else is happening right here, right now, that our brains have just decided we don't need to know about?